Good morning, Stampin' friends. Hey, everybody. It is Wednesday, hump day, and I'm here live in my studio in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania. So if you guys are on, come on in. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. I especially want you to touch base with me and say hello because right before I went to go live, my transmission went down. I was okay on my phone, but my computer would not pull anything up. So hoping that technology holds out so we can have some Stampin' fun today. So come on in. Let me know where you're joining from. I see a couple friends come in. Hey, Lori. Hey, Karen. Happy Wednesday, you guys. It is gorge here in Pennsylvania, simply gorgeous. So I hope it's just as beautiful where you guys are. The leaves are starting to change just a little bit. It's a little crisp and cool in the air, which I am here for. I was so done with hot and humid. And so I'm a fall person. I like flannel. I like comfy sweaters. I like scarves. So I'm enjoying my morning walks so much better when the weather is a little bit cooler. And so does my office assistant. He enjoys his walks much better when it's not so hot outside. So hopefully you guys are all well. I'm here every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I know that's early for some of you guys if you are Midwest and West Coast, but grab a cup of coffee and come hang out for a little bit. So you may be catching me on Facebook or you may be catching me on YouTube. Either way, just make sure you stop in and say hi. Some of you guys might be catching the replay. So if you are on the replay, just comment replay so I can come back and say hi to you guys. So what we're going to do today is my creative escape for this month. So every single month, my friend Connie and I partner together and we do a creative escape. This kind of was born out of COVID when we were all at home and looking for creativity and escapes, right? So we continued on. It's a totally virtual class. It is available now. Registration is open. So if you want to grab this class, you can still do that. The registration link is in the description of the video. And you can sign up until the 15th of the month. So every month, about the 5th, we open it up. The 15th, we close it. We get all the goods shipped to us, prep it, get everything ready, and then we do a live video for you guys to follow along. So you can always go back and rewatch. And then, of course, we have a tutorial for you guys as well. So we do have some West Coast, Midwest and West Coast friends. Oh, sloppy wet Texas. That does not sound fun at all. But I was looking at the forecast here in PA for this weekend, and I think we might be getting some sloppy wet too, which if you guys are the praying type, please do pray for our event on Saturday. Many of you guys follow me know that I have a ministry that I work closely with called Sweet Grace Ministries. It's in my town, but it is a support group for all of Pennsylvania as well as the entire country for families who are struggling through miscarriages, loss of their infant, neonatal death. And so we do a card making ministry. And this weekend is the Walk to Remember, which is the big fundraiser for Sweet Grace. And Sarah Gardner, who is the CEO of Stampin' Up, and her mom, the founder, Shelly Gardner, will be here this weekend in my town. We are going to have a team meeting with them, with my group. So this is part of my Statement of the Heart Award. And it's like 80% chance of rain on Saturday. And I'm like, no, it's so pretty now. Can we not just put that on hold and have it come on Saturday? But the walk does happen, rain or shine. And we're going to be there. Sarah and Shelly and I will be there with a card making station so that families can come and make a card either to donate to Sweet Grace or for themselves to keep. And hopefully it is just still an amazing event to gather together and support these families who are dealing with the tragedy of losing their baby. So if you want to, please pray, send good vibes. We just want to have such beautiful weather and such a great time of fellowship. So thank you guys. So appreciative. God is his hand in this all the time, this entire ministry, my connection with them. So we know if it's meant to rain, it's meant to rain. And sometimes that's just the tears and the cleansing, right? So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, just a couple quick things. I know you guys are here to see some stamping and we're here to fall into fall, right? But I do want to make sure you guys know today is the last day for free shipping. Ta-da! free shipping right now happening. Today's the last day. That is kind of a flash sale in honor of World Card Making Day, which was last Saturday. And if you need to stock up, which I mean, sometimes, right, we need to have envelopes, adhesive, cardstock, because Christmas is a coming. Christmas is a coming. So I'm going to put that up here. This is my shopping link right there. And if you do shop today, you will be added to my list to get a free make and take packet. That's coming up next week. I'm going to show you those cards. But with your orders of $35 or more, you always get a free make and take. For my monthly make and take class, if you bump to 50, you're going to, of course, get a free pack of embellishments plus the class. But the free shipping is on $75 or more. So you do want to bump up so you can get that free shipping. But you guys, there's a better deal. You guys know there's a better deal, right? So this is unlike anything I have seen before in a very long time. I've been a demo for 21 years. Lots of you guys are demonstrators on here. I don't know how long, if you're a demonstrator, how long have you been a demonstrator with Stampin' Up? I am 21 years, just celebrated in July. And when I bought my starter kit, you guys, it was $299. And I did not get to really pick what I wanted. I maybe picked a pack of cardstock. I maybe picked a stamp set. The rest of it was what they gave me for $299. But we have a starter kit special, a join special this month only to celebrate our 35th anniversary. 35% off of your starter kit, making it $64 and some change, or 35% more in your starter kit. So $168 and some change, product of your choice for only $99. What? That's insane. That's your better deal, everybody. I mean, right? Either order $75 and get free shipping, or get $125 in product of your choice for $64. Now, shipping is free on that as well. You would pay tax, right, depending on where you live. That, of course, is going to give you a free paper pumpkin kit as well. Your shipping is free. Your business supplies will come. They're automatically free. I had to pay for them. Back in the day, right? So those are included for free. And then, of course, you're going to get your automatic 20% discount every single time you order. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm just putting that right out there. There's my tray of cookies for you guys. So if you have orders that are hitting the $75, you might want to think about doing that 35% discount or the 35% extra. Almost $178 in product, almost $168 and some change for only $99. So, I mean, it's crazy. All right. That's what I want to share with you guys. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'd love to talk about that. But I always want to make sure you're getting the most value, right? And the fact that Stampin' Up! Does not tell us what we have to do to run this business, or how many parties we need to have, or how many people we need to have ordering. They don't ever tell you that. So, oh yeah, Carol. Yes. So you obviously, and this is a good deal. Good deal. It is, there was a time a couple years ago when they offered I don't even know if I want to say it was a starter kit. It was a starter special. Like, you could join for $25, but I don't think you got anything, maybe a stamp set. And so I did have a lot of people that took advantage of that, because many of us have been here for a long time. We have a lot of things, right? So to be able to get the discount for only $25 was a good deal as well. But this is really good. Really, really good. Okay, sorry, I could talk forever. Like, I love what I do, you guys. I love you. I love hanging out here. I love that I got to stay home and raise my children. I have my own schedule. Like today, I'm going to take the day off and I'm going to visit with my farmer. We're going to go have a little bit of a date today and see where the open road takes us, because it's a gorgeous day here and we have some errands to run. So I'm free to do it, right? Okay, let's do a little switch here and we will get going with stamping, because I know you guys are like, you have talked long enough, lady. All right, let me remember how I need to do it. Okay, you guys. All right. So obviously I have my Zingo flyer up here. Today is the last day to register for Zingo. If you're wondering what Zingo is, it is my online virtual bingo. It is Zoom plus bingo. So we have a Zoom class, and we are going to work with the polar bears and have a fun little class featuring him. It's going to be a berry Christmas, and then we'll play some bingo. So if you want some details on that, just comment Zingo or bingo, and I will get you the link with all of the details. But today is the last day to register. The event will be held on October 28th, 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it is via Zoom. Okay, so let me know if you're interested in that. We always have a good time. Zingo is a lot of fun. We meet from all over the country and hang out together. So we are going to work with Autumn Leaves. That is in our holiday mini catalog, page 44. And we're also going to work with a couple new things. So we are going to work with the oxidized copper. So this is going to be part of your class kit. You're going to get a quarter pack of this, which comes with both sheets. One's very coppery, one's maybe got a little bit of pretty peacock in there. You're going to get your in-color gems. You're going to get your roll of linen thread, and then you're going to get half a pack of this new paper. Anybody have this designer paper yet? Did anybody grab the tartan foil designer series paper? It is a 12 by 12 pack. I cut it down just because it's easier to show, and you're going to get half a pack of it. So you'll get a 6 by 12 pack. There's the other side. So it's got a little bit more white in there. And we have Copper Clay, Pebbled Path, and Lost Lagoon in this pack of DSP. All right, so that's what's going to come in your class. And then you're going to get everything you need to make these cards, right? So we're going to make 4 cards. You get to create 2 of every single card. So let's get started, shall we? To make sure I have everything I need here. All right, we're going to start off with card number 1. Good morning, you guys. Oh, a lot of you guys are saying your tartan foil arrived and you got it. I love it. I love plaid. So, and that has a little bit of sparkle. Amen, kids. I'm all here for it. All righty. So this is our first card. It's going to be Pebbled Path and Gray Granite on this one. So we're going to take our Pebbled Path and fold that in half. That'll be our card base. Who stole my bone folder? Ah, the gnomes. Daggone it. It's always right here on my left. There we go. Some days I think these little crafty gnomes get in here and they take things and move things around. All right, there's our card base. Now I took a gray granite. Hey, Terry. Yes. Or Teresa, right? Teresa, I can see Teresa 5441. So tell me your last name so I can make sure that I send the link to you. I will definitely resend it. It actually went out today by email. So if you're not getting my emails, that's always worrisome. All right. So we did a quick emboss with this folder here, and it's time to do a scavenger hunt. There it is, because I don't remember its name. So somebody let me know what the name of this folder is. It's gorgeous, and it's kind of very rustic. So you've got some spots here that look like maybe it didn't work, and that's supposed to be that way. So I embossed that, and you can do either side with this one. I like, you're trying to get this sweet, but it's not available. It is probably not available because the bundle is. So I'm going to say the bundle is, but let's see what it says about the suite. So the reason why the whole entire suite is not available is because we do have parts that are missing. This designer series paper came back in and sold out very, very quickly. I think that's the 3rd time it's sold out. So you want to keep an eye on that DSP. The speckled gems are coming back. The ribbon is coming back, and the DSP is coming back. We do have the bundle still. So that is, you can get that now, save your discount on the bundle, and then you can always get the other pieces. And while I'm here, look at that. I can look it up. It is the Distressed Tile embossing folder. So yay for the question. Thanks, Samantha. Now we know what it's called. So what I was going to say about this embossing folders, it can go either way. Okay, so you can use either side just depending on what you feel. So this one's kind of what we call the debossed side. This one is the embossed side. Images are raised up. Now we can go ahead and do this, but I'm going to do a little extra on this one. And I'm going to take my white craft ink and a blending brush. Okay, now you can do one of two ways. This is kind of a little bit of a whitewash technique. So you can either just do direct to paper and you can just brush that right across there and get a little bit of white on your cardstock. But I am going to do it with the blending brush. So I'm going to pick up some of the white craft ink, and the white craft ink is very, very thick. Okay, so I'm just going to go across there and just brush. And the white ink will kind of pick up on the raised up image. Get a little bit on those edges and just bleed it across there. Okay, so that's called whitewash. It's probably not going to show up real well on here. Can you see where it's got some white on there? But you can totally do it without that. It is not a problem if you don't have the white craft ink. No worries. Add this to our card base, and I'm going to do a little stamping just because that is a pigment ink, so it takes a little bit of time to dry. So I'm just going to set that aside, and we'll do our stamping in the meantime. So I've got a piece of white here, and we're going to start off with our gray granite ink. Now, if you don't have gray granite, I'm using gray granite and pebbled path. If you don't have that, you'll want to just do this as a stamp off technique, which means stamp this one, ink it up with your granite, stamp it off on a scrap piece and come back in. Second generation, it's sometimes called, but what we want to see is the darker ink with the leaf veins. Okay, so that's why I'm saying to do the stamp off if you don't have these two colors, because you'll see how then this will just pop a little bit more because it's a darker ink. So that's pebbled path, okay? Gives it a little bit of a 3D dimension. While we're here, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment on this little piece of gray granite. And I'm going to use with a grateful heart. So these stamps are all coming out of that same bundle, but you can use any sentiment if you choose. Let's add this one to a mat of pebbled path. I'm pretty sure this is my new favorite in color. Do you guys have a favorite in color for this year? I'm thinking this is mine. That pebbled path. I really, really like that one. So we're going to pull our card base back in, and we're going to add a strip of the tartan plaid. Now, if you have the tutorial, you are going to get all the dimensions so you know what you're going to cut your paper at. The other thing, if you guys already have the pieces and parts and you just want the tutorial, I have that available for sale as well. You can just grab the tutorial. All right, next step is to add our leaf. Now, I am not going to add the gems. I did use the in color. Well, let's see what I have. This is all I have left. Well, looky there. We do have a couple pebbled path ones, so let's use them. Oh, Deb likes the copper clay. That's a good color too, especially for this time of the year. Alrighty, let's go ahead. Actually, let's change out. I want the pokey end of this one. All right, so we're going to add just what's left here. I'm going to use up what I got. A couple of those in color gems there. And the reason why I'm saying I'm not going to add gems to the rest is because these are sold out. So we can't get them at the moment. And I do have a pack or two here, so that will be included in the kit. So I don't want to use up my packs. All righty. Little bit of that linen thread. Oh, you guys are saying pebbled path. Yep. Or people path. I like that, Marilyn. She likes peopled path. Yeah, it's just a nice neutral. It's a very neutral color, and I really do like that. So we're just tying a linen bow here. And then we're going to add that to our card with a little snot dot. Oh, that's a good idea to sub. Who said that? I can only see a little bit of the comments. Somebody said they sub pebbled path. Oh, Marilyn, you use it more than black now. Yeah. So pebbled path is awesome. And like try it with your black or in place of black. That's a great idea. So there we've got our little linen thread. Oh my goodness, Vicki said that she just noticed the linen thread. Yeah, I'm like a little bit of a linen thread addict. I think I have like 8 rolls of it. 8 rolls. All right, so now we've got our sentiment, and I'm just going to take this and just give it a little notch and add that with some dimensionals. Yeah, Lori, I kind of know what you're saying. Lori said that the in colors this time are not as great. I think that the in colors last time we all fell in love with those nice bright in colors, and then all of a sudden the next one came. It was like such a drastic change, right? Those kind of muted, neutral, darker colors. They definitely are what's popular. That is for sure. So Stampin' Up was on trend, but what I found is, oh, you love them. Oh, this time, I thought you said this time not as great. I would say that, well, I heard a lot, when people saw wild wheat. Where's Debbie Calandrelli? Are you on, Deb? I saw you a little bit ago. So she had said she was using wild wheat with Pretty Peacock and loving it. So I kind of felt like these colors were such good accent colors for our other pieces, so it just kind of made it, they just work so well with so many of our other colors, I think. So when you looked at them all together, you kind of were like, meh. But when you see them put with other, like I love boho blue and night of navy together. I think they look awesome. So anyway, all right, we've talked enough about colors. Let's do another card, shall we? So there is our pretty gray granite card with a whitewash technique. Got a little bit of a fun fold coming up here for you guys. So this one is, I think it's called either a bridge card or maybe a Z fold card. Some people call them different things. And so this one I did in, what colors? Copper clay and vanilla, but I'm going to do it in copper clay and white this time. Alrighty here. I'm starting to run out of space. I don't have a big table, and then, I start making my piles. All right, let's get this out because we need to do a little bit of scoring. So we've got our piece of cardstock here, and we're going to score. Our regular score is 4 1/4, and then 2 1/8. That's what makes the little flap on the front. While we're here, we're going to score this piece at I don't remember what. Let me see if I can find a note. Note to self, Jody, what do you need to score that one at? This one? Oh, same thing. 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay, so those are our 2 scores. I try to do some of this stuff ahead of time so that you guys don't have to watch every movement. So we're going to fold our card base in half. Okay, make sure it's lined up nice and even. And then that little score right there, it folds back on itself. Okay, so just like so. Okay, so that's how it'll start to open. Now, ahead of time, I used the falling, excuse me, I have a cough. So sorry. The falling leaves embossing folder. Okay, so we use that ahead of time. The falling leaves embossing folder is a mystery embossing folder. because it's in the online exclusives. So it is still around. You just will not see it in either of the catalogs. It's just in the online portion of our store. That just means that's where you can find it, but you can order it through your demonstrator. You can place your online order. If you're a demo yourself, you can put that in your regular demo order. That doesn't mean you have to buy it online. That just means that's where it's located. Okay, so we just have that on the inside for a little bit of texture. For the front, we're going to add a piece of the designer series paper that Jody has cut wrong, but that's okay. Let me see what she needs to do to make it better. Oh no. So yeah, I cut it just a little bit too short. Let me see if I can fix it. It's an easy fix, right? It's an easy fix. So what does it need to be here? Oh, these numbers, they're so tiny. So tiny. Okay, I want an 1/8. Let's just take a little 1/8 of an inch off, or yeah, 1/8 of an inch off of there. I know Debbie's probably rolling her eyes when I said an 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes I do those little teeny 1/8 inch mats, and they are sometimes a little fussy to try to line up when you have just a little bit of that cardstock showing for your mat. Okay, next up, I have a decal circle. Do you guys see these? Who did not know we had decal circle dies? I'm hearing from a lot of my Stampin' friends that say, what are you talking about? I didn't know we had decal circles. So we have our decal circle die, and we have this panel that's going to be our inside where we can stamp our sentiment. And that one looks like it's cut okay. All right, so let's stamp our sentiment a while. So we're going to use, yep, Debbie said she's rolling her eyes. 1/8 of an inch, get out of town. Us bifocal babes have a hard time with the tiny lines. I am one of them, so I know it's getting harder and harder as my eyes get older to do fussy cutting or to see those little 1/8 inches. Okay, so there's our center, right? So look at that. Isn't that pretty? Ta-da. All righty. Next up, we've got this panel here that we did the scores. So this is going to mount right here. And then it has to fold into like kind of what we call that Z, right? Kind of looks like a modified Z. So let's add our pieces on here. I have just little squares of white. I want to make sure as I talk that I'm not getting myself confused. Not hard these days. All right. So this, you could do your little, you could write something in here. You could add some stamping. You could make it designer series paper. Where's the fold there? Whatever suits you. But I am going to add a piece of the DSP on the longer arm of that fold. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take my adhesive. Sometimes I like to use, I am going to change it up. So hold please. I'm going to grab a little bit of extra. Uh-oh, she's running low. Let's see if we can make it work. This is a little bit of a stronger adhesive. This is Stampin' Seal Plus. So I like it sometimes for when I need a bit of a stronger bond and I don't want it to come apart. So I'm going to see if this will, if I have just enough to get us through this project. So I'm going to take this, and I have it all folded, right? So I can see my edge there. And I'm just going to take my edge and put it right to the edge of my card base, because these folds should match up themselves. Okay, so it should be edge here to edge there. Okay, is that making sense? So the next thing I can do is just a little bit of that adhesive on that front flap. Hey, we did it. We had enough. And then just close it. and make sure it's even and straight. And now we have that fun fold. Got our decal there. Let's add, I did this ahead of time, so I stamped that leaf for you guys and I cut it out. We'll add some Pop-Tarts on there for a little bit of dimension. My favorite thing, we used them all. I love it when that happens. I can throw that away. I love when I use all the Pop-Tarts. Okay, we'll add this right on here. And now we can add our circle onto our card. So I just want to make sure that I've got some adhesive right in here. I don't want to have it on the whole thing because this still needs to be able to open, right? So let's add, see how I want it on here. So just kind of on that edge there, a little bit of adhesive. Oh, I hope you do try it, Debbie. Give it a try and let us know. Pretty easy. All right, look at that, beauteous. So there it is in vanilla, and here it is in white. So I did both of those. Next step would be, we're going to do a double linen bow on this one. Good morning, Cindy Fodor. I am so glad you're joining me. I thought you normally have a live at the same time. So Cindy Fodor is on with us, guys. She's my team leader. She's the whole reason I got into this mess. 20-some years ago, I was at a party that she held, pregnant with my daughter, Taryn. And Taryn just turned 25 on Monday. Cindy Fodor, we've been friends a long time. All right, so that's just a double bow. Get ourselves a good old snot dot. What did you do with them? Here they are. Put that on here. So if you guys are new with me, you may not understand why we have these funny names for some of our items. So these are called mini glue dots. If you do want to purchase them, you don't want to go into the store and look for snot dots because they may not know what you're talking about. But my kids started that because they look like little boogers on there. They're like little hot glue dots, right? So my kids called them snot dots, and it has kind of carried on as a tradition. So if you stamp with me, you will probably start to call them snot dots as well. And then these, we used to call them pop dots back in the day. They're called Stampin' Dimensionals. We used to call them pop dots. And one of my girls that stamps with me calls them Pop-Tarts. And so that has kind of stuck now too. All right, let's move on to card number 3. All right, if you guys like the bling, you are ready for the next 2 cards, okay? So we have got the Shimmer and Shine showing up today, and Lost Lagoon and Pebbled Path, yum. Yum, yum. That is a good color combination for sure. So glad this one came back, right? So glad this color came back. So to save time, I'm not going to do all the die cutting and all that stuff. I have to cut, well, I do have to cut one. So I've got a piece of oh, I'm missing a piece. All right, we'll see what we can do. I might have to go cut one. Oh, go cut a piece. All right, let's add that Lost Lagoon to our Pebbled Path. And we can attach, I'm going to wait on that because see what I'm missing? I'm missing this little piece here. So I think we're just going to roll with it, and you guys can pretend that I put it together so that I don't have to stop the video. Okay. So we're going to do our stamping on here. We do need to stamp one leaf. So we're going to do that in our Lost Lagoon. Look at my beautiful new purple chamois. It's so pretty. It's going to be so ugly soon, but it's so pretty and purple for the moment. Lost Lagoon ink. And we'll just stamp that right on there. And then we also need some Pebbled Path to do our sentiment. I have that cut ahead of time. And we're going to do I'm Thankful on this one. This little banner, this with the little stitching, that does come from this entire bundle. So it has 2 labels that come with it. So I'm going to leave this apart. We're going to do some pretending here. That's going to go right there. We'll add that with some dimensionals. Then we have this guy here, and I do need to cut him out. So I'm going to grab the baby. Wake him up, baby. Oh, I know. I love a new chamois. It just makes you feel so bad when you dirty it up, though. But if you have a dirty chamois, you guys, if your chamois is dirty, that means you've been stamping. So a dirty chamois is not a bad thing. I shouldn't say it's dirty, I guess, right? It's just stained. All right, let's see if this will behave itself so we can die cut out our leaf. If it seems to move around, because we don't have a magnet plate, right? If they seem to move around, grab yourself a little bit of washi tape and make it to behave. Just tape your die to your piece of cardstock and then run it through. Thank you, baby. You can go back to bed now. There's our beautiful tone on tone Lost Lagoon wreath. And we are going to now do a little work. So we're pretending, right? Because here's your finished project. We have a pebbled path leaf. And I did these ahead of time. These are the veins from some of the bigger ones. And so you're just going to kind of build them around here. Here's some veins from another one. I cut them out ahead of time. So you can kind of add them once you would get that piece of paper on there. And then I cut some leaves out of that oxidized paper because it is just so pretty. Now what I did here was cut the vein out of the oxidized paper for the maple leaf, and this one has an adhesive sheet on it. She says, hoping that it does. Yes. So I went ahead and added the adhesive sheet, and now carefully I'm going to peel it off, because what it's going to do is make this piece a giant sticker. You could use the Tombow, the liquid glue, but it's so, like, I just have such a hard time with it. You get too much. The fine tip glue and we ain't friends. I have a terrible time with that fine tip glue. So I am a huge fan of these adhesive sheets. They're a little fussy when you're working with something that's so thin. Is there one on here? Yeah, I forgot this one at the top. It is a little bit fussy, but it's well worth it because it'll stick. You're not going to have any glue leaking out. So that's my suggestion. You can take it or leave it, but I love me some adhesive sheets. And then you kind of have to move them around to go where you want them to, because they're easily swayed. Bend them to your will. Okay, then I flip it over, make sure they're good and stuck. Oh, use it, Carol. Use your chamois. It loves to get dirty. It is so handy to have, though, right? All right, so we built that up, pretending that we had that piece of pebbled path, and I did add a little bit of linen thread on that one too. So gems. Okay, so that is card number 3. Alrighty, card number 4 coming right up. So remember, this is a 4-card class, which you get to make 2 of every one. So you have 8 cards, plus I include your envelopes as well. And so if you're just coming on, this is my Creative Escape for October. Registration is still open if you want to get this class. I do have it as a subscription. Some of you guys on here are my subscribers, and that means that you can sign up to get them every single month. You just put your information into my PayPal account, and each month it automatically charges you. I prep it, I get it ready, I ship it to you. You don't have to worry about missing out ever. And then, of course, for my subscribers, I will have a little extra project for you guys. And if you're a subscriber with me, each 6 months, you get a $25 goodie bag. So totally worth it to become a subscriber. But if you like the class, you can just grab that as well. I have options. Options are good. Think what you're doing here for a minute, sis. Okay, copper clay, and we're going to add this one. All right, sorry, you guys. I'm getting all kinds of text messages, and that interrupts my broadcast. So hopefully you guys can still see me, hear me okay. We're going to add a strip down here in the middle. And then we're going to add that to a piece of basic white. This can go on our card a while. And I took a piece of white and I embossed that with that amazing embossing folder, the Distress Tile. So I'm going to use the debossed side for this one. And that's just going to have a little bit of texture here in the background because we're going to layer, oh, here it is. We're going to layer some leaves around that. So same thing I did ahead of time. This is the other label. Okay, so that one we can stamp our sentiment on. So those are the two shapes that you get in this bundle. I love it when they do that. Give you two labels. They make the perfect spot for your sentiments. So ahead of time, I did a little bit of stamping and cutting. So we have some leaves here. And I will channel Mrs. Grove. She was my 9th grade biology teacher, and we had to do a series of leaves. We had to collect them, and we had to do a binder with all the different leaves, and we had to say the genus and species and, you know all this stuff. She was the meanest teacher I've ever had in my whole life. But you went to her class prepared. I've talked about her before. You were so scared that you went to class knowing what you needed to be on it, because when she called on you, if you did not know, you were out of luck, man. So I had her for this leaf project, and I never forget it. So I do know that this is a maple and this is an oak. This one is the questionable one. I am not 100% sure what that leaf might be. I could be like a locust, maybe an aspen, maybe. So it could depend on where you are from, that it may not be something that's local to me. I don't know. So if anyone knows what that leaf is for sure, let me know so I don't get in trouble with Mrs. Grove. Wheezy, we called her. Oh, Wheezy Grove. Man, she could yell. Alrighty, there you go. She probably would be fired today, I betcha. These all have the stickers on, so I did those ahead of time. And like I said, they're a little fussy to get them off sometimes, but so worth it to make them stick so easily. Did you put a sticker on this one, girl? Let's see what you did here. Yep. You're clueless, Jennifer. It's all good. Wheezy's not here. She's long gone. She won't yell at you. I won't yell at you. Ooh. My dad would probably know. That was kind of his jam. Oh, I just ripped that one off, but that's okay. We don't need it. All right, now these two, I am going to actually cut them apart. Just trim up any little edges that are rough there. And it's time to build. So I'm going to start off with building. Oh, these are poison ivy. That would not be good, would it? Thank goodness they're just ink, so I don't get all itchy. That'd be funny. Leaves of 3. That's okay. So there you go, Debbie. Leaves of 3, beware of me. That's poison ivy. So we're good. We are good. It's only leaves of 2. All right. Adding some Pop-Tarts to the maple leaf. So we'll stick that there. Then the oak leaf will come down here. Some dimension on that. Lots of Pop-Tarts on this one. Then I'm going to put the sentiment in the middle. So I am going to do just a smidgy of adhesive where it is going to attach to the base of those leaves, and then put dimensionals on the opposite end. Kind of centering that up there. Beautiful. So pretty. Now I can take these, and these are going to be just filler, right? So we'll just throw a dimensional on there. And I posted a tip today. If you guys follow me on Facebook, so if you're on Jody Brechbill's Stampin' Queen Facebook page, go check out my tip. If you have problems, I had some issues with this ink because it was new and it was really juicy, and I was having some issues with blotchiness. So go check out my my tip from today on how to get a better image. Oh, Carol says it's elm tree. Thank you, ma'am. All right, we're going to do another double bow. And you guys, this is almost the end of our time together. Oh, sad. But you can make sure that you catch me every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel. I try to do some different fun techniques. I just finished up a stained glass series with the So Very Merry. So you can, what's happening? Catch me Mondays at 10 a.m. on my YouTube channel and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. on Facebook or YouTube. And I'm live on Wednesdays. So make sure you follow or subscribe so that you can change your notifications so you know when I'm happening. Snot dots. It's not, there we are. Nope, it didn't come off. Try again. There we go. Yay. And look, we're going to use some of these wild wheat ones because that's what I have left. So we can use a couple of those. They work perfectly. There we go. Put one here. Gorgeous. All right, my friends. This is October's Creative Escape. Let's look at these cards again, because they are so pretty. All right, and this is open now through the 15th of the month. The link is in the registration or the description below, so you can check it out. It's going to include everything you need to create these cards. Now, the one caveat I want to make sure you guys know is when I use a bundle, I don't stamp or cut. I cannot stamp. Stampin' Up! Rules. So you would need to do your stamping and your die cutting with anything that's in the bundle. If it is not in the bundle, say for instance, the Steckle Circle, I will do that for you. Okay. So you would need to have the bundle or something very similar. Probably you guys have lots of fall leaf looking stamps. So you could use something very similar with what you already have. So you'll get all the paper and the pieces, and the tutorial, you're going to get your linen thread that comes with it. Your dots. I am going to say that these dots are sold out. They're not orderable, so you may have a sub in there. You're going to get a quarter pack of the oxidized paper, and you're going to get half a pack of the tartan foil. Okay, so that is October's Creative Escape. So, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed a little falling into fall today. And if you have any questions or anything, let me know. If you're interested in free shipping or talking about that amazing join special, hit me up, you guys. Hit me up if you want to talk about how to save 35% or get 35% extra, because such a good deal. And then last day for Zingo as well. So if you want some information on our Zingo, which is our online Zoom bingo, registration closes today. Just comment bingo and I will send you the link that has all of the details, because trust me, we have a lot of fun playing bingo together, and it's going to be very, very cute. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Have a great week, and I will see you Monday on YouTube, 10 a.m. for Movie Monday. Bye, guys.